with Today in AZ After Show, the show that does not get canceled no matter how many ridiculous things we say on it.
We keep trying, though.
Too soon.
Every day we're trying to get one of us fired. It's going to be like Survivor in here at some point.
Oh, no.
The last one standing. Ryan just doing the show by himself.
I'm going to be the first.
Why
would I stick around?
Oh, boy.
You know,
I hope.
it's funny. Crystal Henderson probably had the least chance of ever getting in trouble with something she said, and she's the one not on the show anymore. It's not fair to any of us.
I think they like to get us in trouble, you know? So that's what they're like, oh, Crystal doesn't have to do it because she's safe. They're like, these four? Yeah.
We should start like a board that says like days since getting in trouble on the after show. It would be 0 every day.
I appreciate you guys having fun with us nonetheless. This morning we're talking about some disturbing internet trends.
Oh God,
so
we're gonna do.
I saw this for the first time yesterday. Have you guys seen this new one yet?
No. What?
With the iPhone chargers and the pennies.
This is crazy.
Oh, I heard you guys talking about it during the break. And I'm
I
like,
don't
what?
understand what drives people to do this, but look at this video. Let's start by just watching what this idiot is doing. I don't know this kid, but
Why?
don't do that.
Wait, why would you do that?
That's the second part. He slides it between the electrical socket and the plug.
Oh.
This is how
what
you
do you
set your
think's
house
gonna
on
happen?
fire.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. If I did that when I was younger, my parents
Oh,
would have.
you would have been in trouble, girl.
Yes.
So this is circulating on social media right now. It's called the Outlet Challenge. I don't even know why it needs a name.
You got to at least wear a rubber glove if you're going to do that.
Don't do it.
Stop encouraging them.
Just don't do it.
Just this week, there was an incident at a Massachusetts high school. This challenge involves partially inserting the plug of a cell phone charger into an outlet and then sliding a penny down the wall onto the exposed prongs. And the results,
guess what? That's not great.
That's it right there. Sparks, damage to the electrical system, electrocution, fires, all sorts of trouble. Don't do this.
No.
Don't do it. Remember back in the day, they used to warn you about putting forks and...
Yeah.
Yes.
So now do you have to like put those plastic little covers for teenagers because they don't know what they're doing?
Child
Like,
safety.
But it doesn't work because as a teenager, you can just pull it off, right?
So we're looking at other disturbing internet trends. The Tide Pod Challenge. What are you doing?
What is
The condom in the nose one. That was my favorite. Yeah.
I didn't know about
my
that.
God.
Remember that one with the suntan lotion, like drawing designs, like skin cancer and designs, basically.
What a moron.
Oh, these are so bad. I forgot about a lot of these. What was that one?
What was that noise? Is
I think
someone...
your little...
Somebody trying the challenge.
Someone is doing the penny challenge in the background.
Which one is this one?
That's the... Oh,
Is that
The
Taylor
deodorant
Swift?
challenge. I
oh,
didn't
that
hear
was
about
the
that
the
one.
mannequin challenge.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Okay, that was safe. What was the other one?
That was
remember
Planking.
real popular?
Planking. Everyone was
and
doing.
box
When you
jumping.
would get out of the car and dance.
Oh, riding the whip.
Yeah.
Is that what that
Go
was?
In
riding
my
the whip.
feelings challenge.
Yeah.
In my feelings, there you go.
That
where
was
they
good until
kiki.
people
Why
started
do I
to
know
go
all of
over.
these challenges?
You do know all these challenges.
News reporting.
So which ones have you guys been forced to do any yet?
Hopefully not. No.
Oh,
Yeah, so my last workplace used to make us do some of these ones. Like
the condom one? You did the condom one, didn't you?
That one didn't make the cut.
No, not quite.
You didn't post a picture of that one?
Oh gosh, they force people to do like remember the one where you jump on the dresser? You jump on a box, like a giant box jumping
That's
thing.
a challenge?
Yeah.
I thought that was just a workout
We
routine.
did the dance one.
We did that one.
Yeah.
We did
Kiki.
the mannequinning one.
Are you riding?
Emma did the whole dance. She busted it out. I was like, okay, girl.
The cinnamon challenge was another one not that long ago.
yeah.
Now, these have
swallow
existed
cinnamon.
since before the days of the internet, though, but they were always like passed down as like old wives' tales, like
Yeah.
folklore. Like I heard that Jeff could drink a whole gallon of milk in a half an hour.
Right.
That doesn't sound ridiculous, does it? You can't. If you drink a whole gallon of milk within a half an hour, you'll throw up.
Was
It,
like
it all comes out.
Coke
doesn't
and
work.
The Coke and Mentos challenge.
fizzy
Yeah.
pops.
That's been
Remember
around
those,
for a
Pop
long
Rocks?
time.
I love the one where you challenge someone to see if they can eat. It was like 5 saltines in 60 seconds.
Yeah, you think a whole minute to eat 5
You're
saltine
like, oh,
crackers.
no big
problem.
deal. And then they get into
You can't chew it. It's like a ball of
they
dough
can't
in
even
your
talk.
mouth.
It's hilarious.
I need to make my son do that. Because he's always shoving like his mouth. Sometimes I'm like, so you have to swallow before you take
But
the
you
next
can't.
bite.
Yeah, get ready
It
to have
soaks
the
up all the
Heimlich.
saliva
I think
in
that
your
would be
mouth.
a good lesson.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah, I may try that this
I was one of
weekend.
those people that was like, I can do that.
Yeah, totally.
And then I was
tried
like, like, yeah, seriously, within
Now I know what I'm
within
doing this
10
weekend.
seconds, you are just
You're locked.
you can't talk at all.
I've tried
Try
that
it.
one.
Try
I
it.
kind of want to
It
try
doesn't
that
work.
one.
We're
Not
gonna
the
do it.
cinnamon one, though. That one would be...
That's dangerous.
Yeah, that's bad.
No, that also makes you throw up.
Does that one make you throw?
Yeah.
Just so you
I thought it like goes into your
breathe.
lungs.
Yeah.
And you're gonna hack and
And you vomit.
wheeze and not great stuff. I used to work at a fish restaurant. We had legitimate wasabi there. You've never messed around with wasabi. It's fairly hot,
real wasabi,
paste.
yeah, that
Yeah,
is.
like the real stuff. And we had a similar challenge at work, just between me and a bunch of
God.
idiot teenager coworkers, where it was like the wasabi challenge. Could you eat just this little tiny cup of wasabi sauce? And it ended with kids throwing up in the dishwasher sink all the time. You know, they think they're tough. They want to show off in front of their friends. Like, yeah, I can handle this. And this is how it ends.
my
A
God,
couple times I thought it was avocado. It was not.
Oh, no.
Like a chunk.
No.
That's an unwelcome
And I'm
surprise.
like, because your eyes just start like,
Oh, that's where you feel it first. It like creeps like in a couple seconds, and you go, oh no.
and then you can't breathe.
Yeah, it's bad.
Brian's
Faster.
comments cracking me up. He said,
Yeah.
kids do these things because their parents don't discipline them. And then he replies with, man, I sound like an old person.
I like the self-awareness.
Those kids, get off my
crazy
lawn.
kids.
I like Jennifer. She's like, couldn't pay me to do these.
Oh, no
like,
way.
okay, I don't understand. Like the Tide Pod and the condom. Like, why? Like, what? First of all, it's disgusting to even touch in the first place. Like, why would you even
Yeah.
try that?
Because
It's because I guess the idea behind it is that you have to take a video of it and you put it online, and
Go
it's going to
viral.
get retweets and likes and all that, and that's why Instagram is trying to get rid of likes.
But this is
stupid.
again, and this is a larger issue. But internet fame is like the worst thing that someone can strive to be, because you compromise, one, your values, but two, you compromise your self-esteem. And in a lot of these cases, like, you're degrading yourself as a person for attention.
Yeah.
And that's like the worst thing you can do for yourself. Self-love is important, and it embarrasses you in front of your friends and family. Like, it's not good for anything.
And one of the biggest things about that is, like, those people that like it and retweet it, like, they don't care about you.
They're accessories to it.
You think that, like, oh, I'm so popular.
Yeah.
These people
No,
like what I'm
they
doing.
just
It's
think
like,
you're an
no, they
idiot.
don't care about
and
you.
they want to make sure everybody sees how big of an idiot you are.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with, like,
there.
you know, cliques in school when you used to pick on kids and stuff. Like, listen, I am not innocent of it by any stretch of the imagination. I was bullied and I bullied. It was a dog-eat-dog world in school. But, you know, we've talked about this bullying on the show before, too. A lot of times, I don't think it's necessarily the intent to wish ill will upon somebody else. It's a desire to fit in with a group. And if everyone else is picking on this kid, then I'm going to get in on the fun, too, so I'm not the outlier, so I'm not left out of the group. And I feel like that lack of self-esteem in young people who are seeking attention in the wrong places encourages them to do and to share this sort of thing. And it's bad. It's like it's almost as if you wish you could step in and give these kids a hug and be like, you don't need to treat yourself like this to get
Not worth
attention,
it.
you know?
Or slap them.
I know, that was my first.
Vanessa's like, moron.
What are you doing?
What is wrong with you?
What are you doing?
Take that Tide Pod out your mouth and put it in the
Yes.
washing machine.
I would like smack the back of my kid's head so it came out of their
Vanessa,
mouth.
do you remember the one where people were sucking on the shot glasses to try to get the Kylie Jenner?
Yes, and then you break like
Oh my God, you're getting like a
capillaries or whatever
like
in your
a
face
mouth
there.
hickey
Yeah.
on your face. Like, well, that doesn't look good now, does it?
No.
Ugh.
It's
That
not
one was
crazy.
really disturbing. to
Valerie
me.
said there was the challenge where you ate cereal from someone else's mouth. I think I saw this once. It's exactly what you think. Like, pour the cereal in, pour some milk in, and then you take a spoon and yeah.
No,
the
that
baby,
is
the baby
disgusting.
birdie
Baby
challenge.
Alicia Silverstone. Remember
I'm
she
such
did
a
that.
germaphobe. I would never do
Yeah.
that. Gross.
Yeah.
Priscilla
it's very
says you
gross.
can't teach common sense, but maybe we need to add that course to the curriculum. I'm with you on that.
That's true. They're like, these are things that you shouldn't try doing. Do you want to live a long life? Then
Yes.
don't do these. Don't do these things.
Please don't.
Like, gosh.
So I have a 17, I guess he's 18 years old now. He's an adult. He should know better. I have an 18-year-old brother who is like the market for these things. Like, and I love him to death. But sometimes he's the kind of kid, and I'm sure you guys probably know someone like this, that you have to tell, don't
The
do this
obvious.
stupid
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
And because his excuse is always, nobody told me. Nobody told me you couldn't put a penny in a light socket. They told me I couldn't put forks in there, but nobody ever said anything about change.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, John, come on, man, it's a conductive metal. No conductive metals in the light sockets. But if you don't tell
Just
them,
the curiosity. They
That's-
can't get past it. They just want, because my kids tell me all that all the time. We just wanted to see what would happen.
right,
I'm
that's the
like,
line.
Right.
Well, you could probably take 3 educated guesses.
You could just go on YouTube and see other people.
This is the same kid who was vaping in school and argued with me about whether or not it contained nicotine. He goes, no, it's just fruit. And I was like, dude, you are the kid we talk about on the news every day. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Those fruit vapes, man.
They'll get you. Carrie says, spraying compressed air on your skin to see how long you can take it.
Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, so it burns the heck out of you.
I bet it
Yeah,
does.
like
it's very
'cause-
cold.
There's
yeah.
like Freon in there or something.
It's
Yeah.
super cold
Yeah, it's-
and it burns.
It's not good for you.
Like a freezer burn.
Do you guys do the ice bucket challenge? Because they're having some positive, like,
Right,
internet
yeah.
challenges,
I've
not
done
all
that.
negative idiocy.
Yeah, I did that one.
I think I did the ice bucket challenge. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That was for ALS research.
All right.
The guy who was responsible for that just passed recently. But,
Yeah.
Yeah, but
what
that
other
was one heck
positive
of a
ones
movement.
can you think of?
I thought the mannequin challenge, though it didn't really have any like super benefit, I thought it was very entertaining.
Yeah.
I was okay with
good
that.
old-fashioned fun.
Yeah. I liked when a lot of the sports
Nobody
teams
was
would get in on it.
harmed making this video.
Carrie jumping off a roof into a trash can. You remember that one? I do remember seeing some of those. That's a great way to break your legs. Not smart.
Well, I know. My kids are convinced that you can jump from the roof into the pool.
Yeah.
They're dying to do it, literally dying. I'm like, you will be dead. Or at best, or you'll be paralyzed from the neck down the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's not great. You need a slide now that goes from the roof to the pool. Just to
No,
prevent this
they
from
ask me
happening.
about that all the time. I'm like,
Whoops.
they're like
Planting
diving
seeds.
board, slide. I'm like,
Look,
I'm
you should
not
put like a
putting
slip and
one
slide from the
additional thing.
from the roof. Have like put it on there and stable, and then slide down.
What is this, frat party now?
I know, like this is not Animal House.
Chug 3 beers, jump off the roof, into the pool,
Yeah.
spin around a baseball bat 10 times.
This is not that kind of house.
I'm
We're
not sure I've
doing
asked you
that.
this before, but I think it bears bringing up. What is like the silliest way that your kids have hurt themselves, like that you can think of? And I know you've given us a million examples over
so
the last
many.
year.
So many.
I know. I got to think of all our ER things. All our ER trips.
All right, well, she ponders this. Let's go to ICYMI. In case you missed today in AZ this morning, you missed this.
Now it's time for our juicy question of the morning. Here it is again. So 52% of people have never gotten rid of this. What is this? Let's check in with your tweets and text messages.
cassette
Wow,
tapes.
that's a good one. Okay, John said a picture of an old flame.
You're close, John. The answer is.
Must be an on button somewhere. Press the Apple thing.
Files. Yeah.
So we had a story
In
about this in
general.
the show last week where an alarming number of people have never deleted a photo from their devices.
I'm
They
one of
said
those.
they wanted to use it as evidence against people.
You're not
Those
hoarding
stories.
evidence against
I'm
people.
not hoarding
are you?
evidence, but I just feel like I'm gonna need those pictures from some time. I even keep text messages from years ago.
Oh my
years
gosh.
and years, in
Wow.
case somebody pops up on my phone, and then I want to know who it is.
So you can choose whether or not you respond,
Yes.
presumably?
I'm always like, who is this?
You're like, new phone, who this?
I always give them the iPhone update. I lost like half my contacts. Who's this?
Yeah.
You can't keep using that excuse with me, Paul.
Yeah, you can. There is nothing worse than getting that text from somebody you don't know. And you're like,
Yeah.
And like sometimes I don't have the number saved, but you can scroll
No.
through the conversation,
Right.
and so then I'm like, oh, that's who that is, and then
use
I
context
have
clues.
someone who texts me fairly regular. I would say like every 2-3 months. I have no idea who you are.
Could be anyone.
I don't know if you're a man. I don't know if you're a woman.
What do they
I don't
say?
know what city you live in. They're like, oh, how's everything going? But they say things that make no identifying markers. Like they're just like, work's been tough.
Yeah.
But I hope you guys are doing well in your move. Like everything is very generic. And they're like, hope to see you guys next time you're in town. I'm like,
Where?
in which town? Could this possibly? I have no idea, but it's gone on for over a year, so there's no way I can at this point be like, who
Right.
is this?
Maybe
So
they're
do you
watching.
respond back like
All the time.
Okay.
I'm like, we're great. Thanks for checking in.
Hope everything is great in terms of Kirky.
They don't say anything that would give me. And somebody the other day was like, oh yeah, I think I'm getting back in the business. So can you put in a good word for me? And blah blah blah.
Well, that
I'm
narrows
like,
it down a little
Yeah.
bit, right?
No,
It's like playing Clue.
I've worked in the business for 120 years. Like, how am I going to remember you got out and want to get? I don't know if it's a man. I don't know if it's a woman. I was like, I will. Just let me know.
Maybe it's neither.
You need to go nuclear on this and use the iPhone excuse. Be like, iPhone,
Yeah.
I tried to back up my phone to the
Yeah.
cloud and I lost
Well,
like
I did
3/4 of my
that.
devices.
New
Who is
phone.
this?
I had to
this?
do it over Christmas because someone texted me, who's texted me before, and was like, I need your address for a holiday card, your new address. And I was like, well, I'm not just going to send my
Right.
Sure.
address if
To
I
some
double-
Yahoo.
So
Yeah.
then I had to say, sorry, but you're not popping up on my phone. And then I realized who it was. I was like, okay. She was part of a group text, and one number doesn't ever share
yeah,
with
yeah.
number. Now I've narrowed it down.
There's nothing better than the relief of figuring out who one of those people are. One of the ghosts that's haunting your
I
phone.
can't
You're like,
wait
oh,
to
yeah.
find out who this one particular person, because it's gone on too long. I can never ask.
Can you imagine 20
So
years ago having
embarrassing.
this case where you got a phone call periodically every 2 or 3 months and you didn't know
Hey,
who you
how
were
are
talking
you?
to?
Just someone
Talk like
breathing
10
from the
minutes.
other.
Okay, well, have a great day. We'll talk
Whoever
again
you
soon.
are.
Hello.
I recently bought, the newer phone. So for a moment there, I didn't have the updated information. So I was at the mall shopping, and so I had no contacts saved. And somebody called me, and I was like, "Hello," and they kept talking, and I had no clue who it was because it was loud in the mall. And I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
So it literally took me like 10 minutes, and I'm like, Now I know who it is,
Yes.
but it took so long.
I was watching that segment earlier though that we just showed. I got a little anxiety when you said that you had never deleted a picture. I'm like, do you have like 75,000 pictures on your phone?
I have a lot of pictures and a lot of text messages. And even when I transfer the phone, the guy goes, "Do you want me to delete some of these text messages? Because they're like
come on.
years ago." And I was like, "No, like I'm afraid. I think I just have like." I don't know, I'm afraid. I have commitment issues, but I'm not afraid to commit to my phone.
The pictures I understand because a lot of they're pictures from your, friends, early days, whatever, kids. But the texts, I'm like, you got to be like 90 days.
I need to go in there and delete them to get some space back.
Because that's using up a lot of space you could save for pictures.
I know.
I think it's probably safe that, like, if you haven't talked to a person in a calendar year, just go ahead and get rid of the...
Yeah,
I don't know, though,
like they have different amounts of time you can choose for it to then purge.
That's true, too.
Like older than whatever, 90 days is kind of short, but maybe like 120 days.
But I've had guys, seriously, like reach out from
Kick the tires.
way
Let's call it
back
kicking the
when,
tires.
and they're like, "Hey, how's it going? Like, what's up?
Hey, boo.
Like,
Hey,
we
you
should
single
catch
yet?"
up." And I'm like, "What? Like, why are you still texting me, first of all?"
He's just giving a shit.
Because their girlfriend just broke up.
Yeah, right, yes. Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Fishing.
Yeah, I gotta circle
Going
back
through their
some.
phone.
Just casting a line. He doesn't know if you're going to bite, but he's going to throw it in the
Classic
water.
move.
Yeah, that's
Well done.
bravo, young man, bravo.
I can't hate, don't hate the player.
Right, right. Hate the game.
It is. It's like the lottery. You got to play to win. You
never know.
Shoot your shot, young man.
Yeah, you never know.
Have you ever found like an old photo though that you were like, oh, thank goodness I had this? Because if you think about the equivalent, it'd be like, like your grandma throwing out a box of old photos. Like that's like the equivalent of deleting like a year's worth of stuff from your phone.
Yeah.
She would never do that. So why would we be expecting?
Yeah, but here's the difference is that like when you had to get film developed, you were more careful about taking photos. I find now that there's something that I want to take a picture of, I take like 15 pictures and then later decide which one was the best one and delete the other 14.
Yes.
Right.
So that's why I do that.
You have to go back and delete like the other 15 you took. That's hard. And some days I'm like, oh my God, I've got to do it.
I also just screen cap a bunch of stupid stuff I find on the internet. Like,
memes
my
and
brother's
stuff.
going to love this tweet, and then I'll never send it to him.
They do that.
But
too.
I don't know.
What about you? Should do that with your kids. Like get the old school cameras and like have them take pictures and see what they would take pictures of.
So we got them those Polaroid.
Yeah, the new Polaroid ones.
'cause
They're
I was like-
expensive, though.
Yeah, it was like a Christmas gift one year, stocking stuffer kind of thing. And I was trying to explain to them like what what a Polaroid is. And they're like, I don't know. So you shake it? I'm like, well, is shaking
Shake it
required
like a
or we just
Polaroid?
did it?
Right.
I don't know if shaking is
question.
required to develop it, but we just did it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to explain to them, and it was like, they didn't understand that there is a finite amount of film.
Right.
That was the hardest part. And the film is, what they get you in the film is expensive.
Polaroid film is crazy
And they
expensive.
were like, why is it over? Because they were just taking pictures of their loveys. I would find the pictures later. Their loveys, their room, each other, bathroom stuff.
Bathroom stuff.
Bathroom stuff.
They're like,
Bathroom
look at
stuff.
how big this poop is. I
Right,
take a Polaroid
right.
of it. I'm like, I don't know.
So what you have to look forward to.
Oh my gosh,
need-
is that what
I'm gonna
happens when
need
you have
2
boys?
Polaroids after this.
I think this is
a two-cam
primarily
shoot.
boys, Vanessa.
Yeah, that's
so
a-
you have daughters.
That's a boy thing.
My sister and I never did that.
Oh
So
my
to each
gosh.
his own.
You'd never send poop to your sister?
Never.
Weird.
Never.
Gosh.
Fresh squeezed juice
I was
before
like,
we
yeah,
say goodbye.
let's move on. Okay, let me breathe real quick. Imagine getting into an Uber.
Take it
and
all in.
Hey!
Wait, and your driver is a celebrity. Okay, so Will Smith went undercover as a Lyft driver in Miami, promoting his new Bad Boys movie for life movie. He picked up 4 people in a 2020 Porsche.
Nice.
What? During the rides,
that
he
black?
encouraged his
Uber black?
passengers to do their best Bad Boys imitation. Before dropping them off, Smith told each person that they would receive a free ride from Lyft for the next year. Free
Whoa.
rides. Wow.
Whoa.
That would make my year.
That's huge.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
I'm going to Miami.
Am I the only person who would not want to be picked up by a celebrity Lyft driver?
Yes.
Because
Why?
because if I'm using a rideshare service, it's usually out of necessity. It's I've got to get to the airport, or I am under the influence and I need to get home.
Well, that's even better if
Yeah,
you're
that
under
would
the
be even more
influence on
fun.
your
Well, in
way
that
home.
second context, maybe I'm more
Yeah.
likely to
Depending
enjoy
on
it.
who it is. Like if it's Dr. Oz and he's like judgmental
Yeah, no, I don't
of
wanna
your
hear it.
Why are
decision
you eating
making.
breakfast? Did you not know breakfast was out?
But even in those situations, I don't want to talk to you. I don't ever want to talk to my Uber or Lyft driver, and they always do want to talk,
They
and
do.
especially if it's a celebrity and it's a stunt and they're promoting something and there's a hidden camera in the car somewhere.
Oh my gosh,
you
I
know
would
that
be
there
so
is.
excited.
I'm like,
True.
just take me to the damn airport. I don't
No.
want to play this game.
I would be like, forget the airport.
Yeah.
I'm riding around with you for the next hour.
Okay,
if J-Lo
J-Lo.
wants my-
I'm gonna change my destination.
Living for it.
Girl.
Can you imagine? Oh my gosh.
I'm like,
Vanessa.
let's go work out. Tell me where you want to eat. Like, show me all your favorite places. Or
Take
something.
me
no,
shopping.
It's not like that. Sorry.
In like 10 seconds, like the car would stop and you would be kicked out.
Jayla would be like, she's too much.
They just
like,
cut
"Get
to
out,
the next
girl."
shot of you back on the sidewalk. Like,
I've been telling people, I swear it happened. I didn't dream it.
Before we go, did you think of a funny way that your kids have injured themselves?
Yeah, so I think during the big one, had never gotten stitches before, but in summer camp it was raining, so he decides, hey, I'm going to run into the cabin and I'm going to use my body weight to lock the other boys out of the cabin.
classic.
Yes.
So guess what happens when 12 boys outside a cabin push on one boy who's inside the cabin holding the door? You get a door-shaped cut that goes straight down your face.
The Voldemort scar, they call
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
The Harry Potter.
So he did not want to call me. The counselor had to call me because he was scared he was going to get in so much trouble and I was going to take him out of camp.
Yeah, when you got to staple your head back together, that's not a call mom wants to get.
So he basically got it put back together in some MASH unit on camp property.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, not great.
I'm sure the rest of camp was loads of fun.
Well, you can't swim in the lake water. So I'm like,
Brain-eating
ooh, that's one
amoebas.
less injury.
Yeah, right.
One
Check
less
it off.
injury I had to worry about was getting hurt falling off that blob.
So you had to sit on the beach and contemplate his bad decisions.
Yep.
Real quick, you reminded me of something with that Polaroids thing, whether or not you have to shake them.
Yeah.
I once convinced the neighbor kid that you did not have to shake up like your chocolate milk juice boxes or anything of that nature, and that Shakewell was just the name of the company because it was on all of those boxes. They were produced by the Shakewell Corporation.
They've been pre-shook.
You
Yeah,
did mention that you bullied kids when you were
Yeah,
younger.
that was unintentional bullying. That was my own idiocy. And then I realized later in life that I had fooled poor Robbie. Sorry, Robbie, if you're watching.
Bobby's
at
probably
home. I hope you're
traumatized right
shaking your
now.
chocolate
Never had a
milk.
great thing of milk.
Yeah.
Any more confessions you guys want to get off your chest before we bid the adieu?
No, but Priscilla said it'd feel awkward to be picked up by a celebrity.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Me, I would love
It
it.
depends
Sam
who's picking
Hunt,
you up.
can you drive an Uber for me? And come to Arizona.
I don't think
will
he's
get in
allowed
that
to drive
car.
currently.
Wow, good job.
Call that a
Poor
walk-off.
Sam.
We're done here. Well done.
Sorry, bud.